we need to talk. I'm out at the range today. If you don't know me, I test firearms, and I'm out here to collect some data, but there's something on my mind, and I know it's on a lot of your minds too, because I see it in my social media feeds, I see it on the news, I see it in emails, I see it everywhere. We've got a disconnect in this country, a serious disconnect, where we have a common problem. People brutalizing, murdering innocent people. And instead of putting our focus where it belongs, on the bad guy, we're pointing at each other, and we're yelling at each other, and we're completely missing the point. And one thing that keeps coming up is this talk about an AR-15. There's all kinds of discussion about AR-15s. It's time we talk about the AR-15 and get a few facts out. So I'm continuously seeing, we'll talk about social media, seeing posts from people that are exclaiming, nobody needs an AR-15. You don't need an AR-15. Nobody uses an AR-15 for hunting. AR-15s are the root of our problems. That's wrong. That couldn't be further from the truth. There are a lot of lies about this gun, and it's time to get some of the facts straight. First of all, it's nothing new. Pandora's box did not just open up and allow this new deadly technology into the market. It is a semi-automatic rifle. It is a self-loading rifle with technology from the late 1800s. Self-loading. All this means is when you squeeze the trigger, it ejects a spent casing and it loads a new cartridge for you, so you can shoot it again if you choose. You don't have to manually load it like a pump or a lever action or a single shot. That's all it is. It's not a machine gun. It's not a new gun, it's old. It's over 100 years old, this design, this technology. This exact specific gun, the AR, has been around in its identical form since the late 1950s. It's been sold on the open market since the early 1960s. And yeah, there have been some changes with the AR. This is what changed. Before 1968, that gun could be shipped to your house from a mail order catalog through the mail. So it's been tightened up significantly. Now this debate, or I should say one-sided discussion, is filled with people that are continuously saying, I'm a gun person, but that's where it goes off the tracks. But you don't need an AR-15. Nobody uses an AR-15 to hunt. That's absolute bullshit. Millions of people use AR-15s to hunt. It is just a self-loading rifle. It does not destroy an animal when you shoot it. People typically shoot once. People talk about this as though you squeeze the trigger and a hail of gunfire flies through the air into the animal or the target or your impact area or whatever it is you're shooting at. That's not true. You squeeze the trigger once, one round comes out. When you're hunting with this gun, you squeeze the trigger once, you hit the animal. Maybe you need a second shot, maybe not. But there's nothing to ruin or destroy or pulverize an animal. They're an ideal hunting firearm because they are so modular and compatible that they fit everybody's body type and size. Everybody. They can collapse down very short for a younger shooter or a smaller shooter, and they can be long and large and heavy for firing larger calibers or longer distances. There are also multiple calibers that are available for them. Again, it's a modular platform. So from the little 22 long rifle for someone that likes plinking or is learning to shoot, or is a competitor or on a budget, it's a fantastic gun. For somebody that hunts large game, there are plenty of calibers available, so it fits all kinds of roles, and that's why it's so popular. People believe because they hear about them a lot in high-profile cases that there must be something special about the gun. It's only a matter of it being the most popular, most common, most highly sold modern sporting rifle in the United States for the last 7, 8, 9 years going. It's just the law of averages. It's just like looking at traffic accident data and wondering why more Ford F-150 pickups are involved in accidents than Lamborghinis. It's because there are millions and millions and millions of them and not very many Lamborghinis, only a few. That's why you see them used, not because there's anything special. It's very, very common. So if you've allowed yourself to be taken down this path of believing that a self-loading rifle from the late 1800s, a specific version from the late 1950s, is something that's brand new or special or powerful or shoots any faster than anything else, Please understand that that is not the case. And that's where the disconnect is. As soon as you get involved in a conversation and say, nobody should own an AR-15 in this case, because you can't use it for, chances are 99% of the time you are absolutely wrong. And the conversation is going to go completely off the tracks from that point forward. Now, there are a lot of things that we have in common we should be discussing. And when we point fingers at each other, when someone says, you shouldn't have that because, and it's a complete lie, and the person that owns it says, no, that's foolish, immediately there is no conversation. It's finger pointing, it's anger, it's frustration, and the thing that we can do to help the most, instead of looking at each other and somebody lying and someone else trying to explain it when it's not time for, an in-depth, detailed education, is to all be on the same page and at least know what the truth is so we can move forward and really fix things. AR-15s are not magic, they're not special, they are not powerful, they are not machine guns, and they are not the reason that we see bad things happen today. And if we can get past that speed bump, maybe we can finally have a discussion where we can start to move forward and fix the real problems that we have.